Hello, it's Captain Jim from the Monopoly Project. We're on Bella Vista Lakes here. We're on the Monopoly Project yacht. Every successful real estate agent has a yacht, and this is the Monopoly Project one. Unfortunately, it's the Bikini Girls' day off, so you just have me. And so we're headed out to sea. It is hot. We're in Phoenix. We're not in Huntington Beach. We're going through a historic hot spell, and so it's going to be 115. It was 118 a couple days ago. So anyway, so it's hot. We got 5 books to review for you today. They're all sort of short because I either skimmed through them or a couple of them I just stopped reading because I wasn't that interested. But the 5 books are a book on Ireland by Paul Johnson, noted historian who just passed away, I think, a few months ago. The Shores of Tripoli, which is a U.S. naval fiction novel, the first one in the series. A book called Stand, which is by a local pastor here on social issues and Christianity. A book on commercial real estate investing for dummies by two Peters, Peter Conti and Peter Harris. And finally, the 5th book we have is 100 Questions Every First-Time Home Buyer Should Ask, with answers from the top brokers around the country. Um, so let's get right to these books, and we'll get back to you. Okay, it's Jim, Jim of the Monopoly, Captain Jim of the Monopoly Project on the Monopoly Project yacht. We're floating on Bella Vista Lakes in very hot and even windy times now. So we're now up to our 5th book that we're reviewing today. And this one is Commercial Real Estate Investing for Dummies. And it was written by two Peters, Peter Conti and Peter Harris. I found the book, somehow I got on the email blast from Peter Harris, the second author, and he writes a lot of YouTube videos on how to do commercial real estate investing. And I saw the one and I didn't think much of it, and I forget why, because it was a minor point. But I looked him up and I saw that he had actually co-authored this book. So I did buy the book and I've read it. It's outstanding. I did look at some of his further videos and they're actually good also. So my initial objection was unfounded. But in any case, in this book, they go through it, and again, basically, through the process, how do you search? Well, first, how do you search and how do you get money if you don't have any money? And that I guess is my minor criticism of the book, is he has a lot of stuff in there on how to do deals with no money down, or even in the one chapter on wholesaling, he suggests if you don't have any money that you can start in commercial real estate by wholesaling. That is, tying up a property and then selling it to somebody who wants it. And if you're just a newcomer, I just don't understand how you can be smarter than all the guys out there and find something that nobody else found, and then also be able to negotiate your way. And he gave an example where a guy tied up a property for $5,000 down for $180,000, and he found out that the big lot next door, actually did not have right to egress, and so he basically went and told the guy, "Hey, if you buy this to me from, I don't know, $260,000 or $100,000 profit, I will, you can buy it from me, and I'll make the money, and then you'll have your egress." And of course, my question would be, is if I was that buyer, I'd say, okay, go ahead, because he would fail because he doesn't have anything beyond the 5,000. But that's a minor criticism. To sell books and videos on real estate investing, you gotta address the "I don't have any money" people, the wannabes, because if you don't, you're not going to sell as many books. And so it's a necessary evil. But and again, in defense of the two Peters, it does happen. I mean, it's certainly not in a hyperactive, sophisticated market like Phoenix right now, or most of the major cities, but I'm sure in smaller towns, or even towns where the market's not so hot, there's a lot more room for that. In fact, Jonathan, our new son-in-law, we went in with him to do a 38-unit assisted living facility, which we bought in December, and is actually doing real well. He's got all the licensing and staff set up, and we're about to start making money. We actually are looking at 3 deals which have the possibility of seller financing, because Bakersfield's not a super big city, and these are relatively small deals so that you don't have any competition from the big players, or even, and they're pretty specialized in being in assisted living or group homes or things like that. So anyway, so I definitely recommend this book. I would use it as a first start in commercial real estate if you want to do that. I think the Encyclopedia of Commercial Real Estate Advice that I reviewed previously, I like that book better. Maybe it's just this Dummies book, of course, is written in the Dummy style, and I just like the tone of the other book better. And it is, it's probably about the same length when you count the pages and type. But if I had to recommend two, I would recommend um, both of them. The other one's a little more technical, so this is probably the best starting point. And the other one has a lot more detail in it, and it actually has a lot of accurate information where he gives anecdotes about things that happened to him. And for all of those anecdotes, we basically have a corresponding one that the same thing happened to us. And so I tend to really believe, what he's saying and writing. So anyway, so that is our fifth book, Commercial Real Investing for Dummies by Peter Conti and Peter Harris. And just a side note, the Dummies books are actually really good. I've not read a Dummies book yet that is not good. That actually they all have basic, factual, usable information. So you can't go wrong with Dummies books. In any case, that's Jim from the Monopoly Project, the captain signing off, and we'll see you next time.